Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. Keep It Lit Podcast, Season 2. I want to thank you guys for all tuning in. Thank you guys for all the support, subscribers, the likes. Keep subscribing, keep jumping on the IG. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. We're going to try to keep doing what we're doing. Hey, today we got somebody. Matter of fact, we're not going to be PC about this. We got a motherfucking special guest in the house tonight. This guy is a dope-ass rapper, a dope-ass producer. Bay Area legend, also a trendsetter, also belong to a trend-setting group that you guys might know. Pretty sure all you guys do know. How else can I subscribe? He's been all over the world, been on tours with most of the people that you guys really fuck with. Member of Souls of Mischiefs, also a member of Hieroglyphics. Please give it up for A+.
What's up,
What's up, brother? How you doing?
What up, Bula?
All right, man.
Everything good?
How are you?
Can't complain more than anybody else, brother. I'm good, all things considered.
We're starting on season 2 with you, brother. This is legendary.
It's an honor to be here, man.
We appreciate you being here, man.
Thank you.
Shit, man. There's a lot of shit I want to talk to you about, but I mean, for those who don't know, let's get right into it. How did this start? How did you start rapping? What happened?
Oh man, I grew up in a family that it was a real musical family. My parents were from Jamaica, so it was always music playing. And when they came to America, they, coming from Jamaica, you listen to like ska, reggae, and American R&B, like
Okay.
black R&B.
Right.
And so when they came to America, they just started listening to all kind of music, and they had me and my sister out here when they first got here. So I grew up listening to all that different kind of music. So around the time I was 5, my dad was like, "Yo, this is dope. You should listen to it." And it was Rapper's Delight.
Okay.
And so that was my first hip hop song. I was on it from then. And then I think around 1982, The Message came out.
Okay.
I heard The Message, Grandmaster Melly Mel, The Furious Five, Grandmaster Flash. And after I heard that, I just wanted to rap. That song just hit me real tough. It was
You had that embedded in you then, way back then.
Yeah. I mean, just already just being around music, always being played. And my mama, she played the guitar and the piano, and she sang. And I was already listening to everything, and that just hit me. Hip hop just hit me, and I was like, as a child, I just didn't know why. It hit me. So, by the time I was 8. Now I'd already been listening to hip hop, with whoever else that was in my life, like friends of mine from school or my older brother would get tapes and stuff, when I heard The Message, that was it. I was done. I started rapping. I grew up on the block with some friends. Tajay was one of my closest friends from the block.
Right.
Me and him was a group together in the early '80s, and the story went on from
How
there.
young then did you decide to form a group? Well, as far as you and Tyler.
Ah man, I would have to say it was still elementary school.
Okay.
It was it was probably like either elementary. Yeah, I think it was elementary school, late elementary school, or maybe 7th grade or something. No, it was earlier than 7th grade. It was probably like 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade. Yeah.
And then just
Put it
together?
We was just like, we didn't have no beat machine or nothing. So my mama sent me a Casio SK1, one of those little samplers that you could at the keyboard, you could sample little words, and we used to just make drum beats out of it.
Loop it and all that.
And do like the record back and forth type shit. And we were kind of like sounding like the people we listened to back in the day. We were Run DMC-ish, LL-ish, you know what I'm saying? Just little kids trying to rap. And so over time, our styles just developed.
See, I was going to say that because you say like you sound a little Run DMC-ish, a little LL-ish, but knowing the group and knowing the different sounds that you guys have right now, you guys didn't sound like anything that we had possibly heard. So how did y'all venture off from cut that out to doing what y'all started doing?
I mean, just over the time, we just, back then, people rapping in East Oakland, like there was like a couple rappers at school or whatever, but it wasn't really nothing serious. They would have like 1 or 2 raps that they say at lunch or whatever. And
repetitive, just over and over.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even, people would be like, hey, bust that one rap.
Right.
And then they bust it, everybody be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they run that rap all year, but it wasn't really a thing for people to be super serious about it.
Right.
Like, people thought you were kind of like, oh man, you really serious about rapping? Like, this is the 80s. People wasn't getting deals, right? So it was just kind of like people looked at it like it was a hobby. But me and Tajay was always writing raps all the time. And just over time, we got better and better. And, you know, Dell was writing raps over here, Kaz was writing raps over here. And then we all just kind of, just from different connections, just ended up really at where we were at in high school, you know?
So at what point were you guys like, yo, this is something that we can seriously do?
I mean, I like to say I always thought that.
Okay.
Because I was just kind of driven about it, to be honest. Like, it was like you know, from second grade when I was 8, I was like, I'm gonna be a rapper. And like, I did school and everything and whatever, but I wanted to be a rapper, man. I just wanted to be an MC. So, and I was just, I don't know, just one of them things, like, it just seemed doable. There wasn't nothing saying that we couldn't do it. You know, it's not like there was a clear path or it was something that happened a lot, like some kids getting signed in high school, but I just always believed it for some reason, you know?
Well, even like just listening to you guys, like I don't want to call it conscious rap, but it's definitely not gangster rap. But a lot of stuff that you guys talk about in the songs, we can all relate to. It's just put out there differently. What made you guys go that route instead of, because you know, even being from Oakland, like a lot of the music that was out from Oakland was on a different path. So what made you guys go a different path to where you guys kept that way?
I mean, not everybody is a gangster, man. Not everybody sells crack, bruh, and not everybody is, you know, whatever. Not everybody is a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody plays football. Not everybody is an athlete. I mean, so when the way I approached hip hop and the way we grew up, the era that we grew up in, it was kind of like you couldn't be fake at all. You had to just be whatever you were, you know, and you had to have your own style. You couldn't be biting nobody. That was like, these things were unacceptable in the culture at that time. And that's the era that I grew up in, and me and my friends, that's the era we grew up in. So we were rapping like how we actually were, you know, and we listened to all kind of hip hop, and we just found our lane, you know, like, or kind of created our lane, to be honest about it. But you know, you weren't gonna find any of us rapping about nothing that we wasn't really talking about. That's why when our album came out, like people from the Bay could relate to it, because even though people could appreciate it from different regions, the hometown could feel it, because everything we was talking about is shit that happens right here. You know, like from Live and Let Live, we talking about like gun violence, you know what I'm saying? Tell Me Who Profits, there's a bunch of things on there. We're talking about gossiping fools, talking about the, you know, the bad schools and you know, classism in the economy, economic classism. We talk about like anti-violence songs, like, you know, like What a Way to Go Out, how when keeping it real goes wrong, but kind of just didn't make it corny. We got songs talking about girls on there. I mean, just regular shit. So we found a way to make raps and songs out of our life to people in a way to where people can relate to it without us having to put the 2 on the 10, trying to be something we not. And there was always people like that were trying to do something that they weren't, but they never really had no success back then. You know what I'm saying? The culture didn't allow it then. So you know, that's just kind of how we were just rapping about our lives. And
I was gonna say, because nobody can really knock you if you're really rapping what you live.
Right.
And especially if it's some dope shit and other people are able to see that through your eyes because they go through the same type of shit, but you guys just put it on wax. Yeah, I mean,
to be quite honest, we just regular dudes shit. Our whole get down is regular dude shit. And that, I think that's how people related to it. I mean, and that ain't got nothing to do with where you from. You could be in the suburbs or you could be on the block. We grew up over on 82nd, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, everybody you knew was in the shit. My brother was in the shit. So, but that, if I wasn't, that didn't mean I was gonna go rapping about it.
Right.
You know.
So tell me this.
What's happening?
You always gonna have some haters.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're doing some dope shit.
Right.
How was it back then when people were seeing you guys rapping differently than them? Like, you know, you got the 808s and the boom boom booms and everything cracking out here, but then y'all come with this different melody. How was it looked at differently?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, in the industry, like the other artists and stuff, we were accepted well.
Of course.
You know, like regardless of who it was or what kind of music, because it was more looked at like, oh, you from the Bay, you rapping, you doing it, you got your own lane. There was always some mutual respect in that regard. Yeah, you know, it's always gonna be some haters, man.
Right.
And you know, like there was a lot of that for sure.
Right.
But it was the kind of thing to where we had so much love that the haters kind of couldn't really start no parade with it. They just kind of had to just do like haters do, and you know, over there on the side, kind of just.
Well, not only that, the haters can't really hate on you if these niggas know all the lyrics to your songs too.
Yeah, and you know that it's kind of bittersweet. It's that hating. That's kind of some love in there too. You know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think in any situation like that, there's going to be some naysayers and some haters. But we weren't really concerned with that because we got love, man. Like people really fuck with us, man. And you know, and we from out here too, man. It's like, you know, these are people that done seen you your whole life and shit, and they seen that you did something. So, like, you know, I went to Howard, King States, Castlemont, and Skyline in the town.
Okay.
And so.
Those are your roots.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like, got family. I had step family in the West and Acorn and stuff. So, you know, people over there growing up, seeing crazy-ass Acorn when you young from the East. Mm-hmm. But, so, yeah, it's like when you end up being 17 with a record deal, and, you know, Dell had already popped off, too. And, you know, people, we were getting more love than we were, like, haters. So, that kind of helped.
Tell me this, being that young,
it's crazy,
and going on tour with groups like Taylor, like how was that? I know that was wild.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Y'all toured all over the world.
All over, man, all over the world. Yeah, I mean, it was surreal, bro. It's surreal, man. Even to this day, I still look at it like, damn, that shit's crazy, and it's still happening.
Right. I mean, even like looking at them groups and then looking at y'all, I'm like, at this point in time, I would say y'all damn near equals. And I know, obviously, they older, but like as far as the longevity and different things that y'all been through, motherfuckers speak about that type of rap, motherfuckers, y'all name is it's definitely in the picture.
Man, that's love. You know, they certainly always gonna be our OGs to us, but
sure.
We definitely like feel like contemporaries.
Right.
You know what I mean? And are like proud to be in the books with them. And you know, growing up really as a kid, that's really what I wanted more than anything. Me personally, speaking for myself, wanted to be an artist and pursue this as a career from a young age. I wanted them to know me. I wanted the people I listened to be like, I'm dope too.
Right.
Like, and you know, we from out here, and you know, that was really, you know, later on when it started really becoming like, damn, bro, we could really make some bread, you know. That also was a part of it at that point, but overwhelmingly, it was like to get in the books with your heroes and shit.
And you guys did that.
Man,
hold on, we're gonna be right back. Yo,
we're
gonna be right back. Keep It Lit podcast. We'll be back with A+.
Black Adam, architect, free dope. Don't look at me like that, 'cause I know where you've been. Yeah. Cheers to the crazy ones. You know the ones you call when you need something mainly done. The folks who never count you out when people say he done. Remove myself from the game so they can't play me none. Working on my daily sums. In the past tried to pay me crumbs. Now look at what A becomes. I cook in the blazing sun. I'm a hieroglyphics rider ninja. My adventures are the type to lift you, stretch your life, cryogenics. Don't even know my own strength, I'm testing my own limits. I like my distance from fuck shit, nigga, I don't get it. Don't ever need nothing they tuck and hold it on to. Mama should've told you, Papa needed to scold you. Younger whippersnappers call me old school, 'cause I hold jewels that's sold and never told, fool. I seen whole crews soft as tofu, making difference like hieroglyphics they not gon' do. I take the cheese, quesadillas, and the nachos too. Black Adam. Don't look at me like that, 'cause I know where you've been. Please, honey, don't explain, 'cause you only lie again.
Yo, we back. Keep It Lit podcast.
Yeah.
Back with A+, member of Souls of Mischief. We back. We left off, but we're going to jump to something different real quick because this is something I've always had a question about. 93 till infinity.
Yes, sir.
You produced that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How did that come about?
Well,
Cause that's something that it took some time.
yeah, it took some time. That track, the Souls of Mischief were recording the album 90, which turned out being 93 Till Infinity. We were in the middle of recording that album.
Right.
And I used to just go home after sessions and work on beats at night, and then come back and play them in the next day or the next couple of days at the studio. And it was that same routine, and I just kind of made a few beats at night, and I played one at the end of a session when we were done recording whatever we had to do that day. That's when I would play little beats or whatever. Mm. And I had already heard the beat, and after I made it, I kind of felt like it was like Pep would be dope for it. I wasn't even really thinking oh, we should take this for the album. It was just a beat to me. It was dope, but I was just like, I was just automatically thinking about Pep, he'd be dope on that shit. Right. And I told him, I was like, I got this beat for you. But anyway, I ended up playing the beat at the studio, and Cass was feeling it. We was like, oh, we should use that for Souls of Mischief. And so when we were thinking of what to do with it, I remember we had the song 91 Till Infinity. I was gonna say it's called something else before then, right? Yeah. Okay. So I came up with that back in 91 when I was at I remember I was at Castlemont. I was in class just thinking of shit, and I wrote a rap in class. I remember after school I ended up spitting it for Tajay and Oak, and we never recorded the song or nothing, but yeah, it was 91 Till Infinity. So when we were in the studio recording and thinking of topics for that new song, I was like, let's bring it back. Let's call it 93 Till Infinity, since the album was gonna come out then, even though it was 92 when we were recording it. So, and that was it. We heard the song when it was done. It was just like, damn, this is a dope song, And that's when we really started peeping that, man, this shit's really dope. You know what I'm saying?
See, that was my next question.
We wasn't really trying to make nothing. We was just making a song like we normally make songs. The beat, everybody liked the beat. It was dope. We did what we did.
Hey, was that the one song that y'all made till you was like, yo, we in?
Yeah, we had a few like that, man. We had
I think I was in with Cat Fair too.
Yeah, Cat Fair was the one where we was like, we really in. Right, we kind of could just tell. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that one's just more in your face, like it's from a theme song, Taxi. Right. So, but yeah, that was one of them. Another one was Step to My Girl. Right. Yeah, those we really thought was could do shit. And then two of those songs ended up not going because of sample clearance. So shit. That's that.
Hey, so did you know 93 Till would have this longevity right now? I'm gonna tell you some funny ass shit.
No sir, I had no idea.
So I played this for somebody yesterday, right? They were like, oh, who you interviewing? It's like, hey, plus for Souls of Mischief. It's like, yeah. I'm like, you know who they are, right? They're like, it sounds familiar. This is an older dude. And then I played that. He was like, oh shit. Yeah, I used to be playing that shit. He drive buses and shit. He's like, I used to be playing that shit all the time. Man, they knew you, you know what I mean? But older motherfuckers, they be forgetting shit. But yeah, man. Hey, brought it right back though.
It's a fool, man. I mean, there's no way you could be, I guess we were 17, maybe 18 when we made that song. There's no way you could be an 18-year-old and be able to look, excuse me, till into the future and be like, we're gonna have a song that's gonna be that people are gonna know as soon as they hear it, even if they don't know what you exactly or whatever the hell. 30 something years later, there's an 18-year-old ain't thinking like that. So that's why it's still a big deal to me. Every day I'm like, damn, man, it's a trip. Even in the past, after 10 years or after 20 years, we'd be like, damn, man, this song really stick. And then it's little kids we meet that oh, my dad played this all the time. I love y'all. It's crazy. So it stays surreal to me, man. It's every day of it, it's man, it's a blessing.
Well, on some real shit, you guys got a cult following, so it's
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure wherever y'all
Hiero fans hold it down.
Hiero fans hold it. Yeah, matter of fact, Hiero Day. What's up with that? How did that come about?
Oh man, that was yeah, man. I think the original idea was it was casual. He was like, we should have a hip hop festival / carnival shit. Was the original idea that he had, and then from there it morphed into the first Hiero Day, and the first few ones were all free. Okay. You know what I mean? So free to the public. So we didn't,
how many years
didn't
has that been
imagine
going
how
on?
it was going to grow how it did. I mean, I guess we knew we wanted it to grow, but it's just how it took off. It's really like dope. But yeah, Cash came up with that.
How many years have been going?
Oh man, I want to say 9 Hiero days.
So
Maybe.
tell me this. I mean, I know the stats because I heard the stats, but
Word.
from the first time you guys had it
Mm-hmm.
to the last time you guys had it, what was the audience members numbers?
Oh man, it went up and went up and went up.
Right.
I don't really want to say the numbers because
Okay.
okay.
I got
But
you.
I can answer the point without
Okay.
giving up the numbers that this business shit.
Right.
But it grew and grew and grew to a point to where after a few years we had to start charging in order to throw it.
Okay.
Because it was costing money to throw it.
Right.
Like when it was free, we was throwing a party. It costs to throw a party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we was eating the cost of throwing the party for the sake of having a party.
Right.
That's what you do.
Right.
When you throwing a party for people, you buy all this shit for the party to make it pop. You got your budget.
Right.
You throw a party. But it grew so big that we couldn't afford the party.
Right.
So we had to start charging. And from there, it grew even bigger.
Right.
But the city was like, y'all gotta, like, for what y'all doing in the range and where y'all doing it, y'all have to cut back a little bit on your maximum occupancy.
Right.
So it's still like, so we had to do shit like that. But it's still popular, it's still popping, it's still growing, and God willing, COVID will let up, we'll be able to pop it this year.
So
Last year there was a virtual Hiero Day, which like it's the best you can do in the middle of complete lockdown, and it was dope. So it still kept the spirit of the event going.
Right. And then didn't the mayor give y'all a Hiero Day?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Like
That's dope.
Yeah, it's dope, man. It's all real surreal to me, man. Like it's like I was saying, like, it's all unpredictable shit. It's
Right.
like we got into all of this because we have a love for music and enough to become artists and wanna share our music with the world and hope they like it. But you can't really predict that you're gonna have a festival and a day named after you by the city and still be around after decades, still doing still connecting with your audience, still relevant in the world of music. And I'm not trying to say relevant
I know what you mean.
in that kind of way. I just mean like still people still rocking with you and still got an impact.
But if for them to give you the key to the city, like, how'd that call go? You know what I mean? Because that got to be something different.
What you mean?
For them to call you and be like, yo, we're going to give y'all this day. Like, like.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
People ain't never been through that. Like, I mean, some people have, but I know that was different.
I mean, it's continuously surreal, bro.
Right.
It's continuously surreal from getting a record deal. From getting a record deal in high school,
right,
to being at this age, like, and with the festival, and we got our own property, our own compound.
Right.
We got into real estate as a business, and we have our merchandising and nonprofit organization, and I mean, it's just like.
So y'all get to it.
It's just. It's all very surreal, and it's still going on. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I just give thanks and I just push hard, man, and I treat it like I love it because I do, man. So.
You just mentioned getting your deal in high school.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? How did Jive happen? And I know we're gonna get deeper into this, but how was you guys able to keep your publishing?
Oh man.
And before I say that, I know there's a lot of other people out here that have watched this, maybe some rappers, different people, till they know, like, when you sign to a deal, you're definitely signing your publishing away unless you're doing independent. How did that work for you guys on a major like that?
Well, when the Souls of Mischief demos started circulating with the record companies, and we got a big buzz from, like, we just created a buzz. It's a long story.
Okay.
But just like stuff like the Gavin convention where all the rappers and the record company execs would all come to town and have these panels and shows and
That's where y'all took over the elevator?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Where we took over the elevator at the
Right.
Sir Francis.
We
Drake.
gotta talk about that too, but go ahead though.
Yeah. But yeah, just so we did all those things to create a buzz. You know, like a lot of us were battling back then in the streets before we had the record deal attention. So we had like people knew who we were in that circle, in that area of the culture,
Right.
and just like well, the big thing is obviously like I've been rocking with Dell since I was in first grade, right? Me and Tajay, man, and when me and Tajay were in the 7th grade, we were in a group with Dell and Sir Jinx, who was he was our producer and DJ. He's Dr. Dre's cousin.
Okay.
And he was Ice Cube's DJ when he was in CIA right before he got NWA. And so like we knew this because I was friends with Dell and stuff. So me and Tajay would go to LA and do demos with Sir Jinx and with Dell, and there was a whole clique down there like Dazzy D, Diz, and it was like Busy Boy Productions. It was a bunch of cats, and
they was saying y'all demos sound like some real record shit.
Yeah, I mean Jinx was that dude, man. He was just like, he ended up doing huge shit. Like he produced like half of Ice Cube's first album.
Right.
And so he's like a mega star.
He was producing with the Lynch Mob and shit too, right?
Yeah. Like he's like a real mentor to us, to me and Tajay and Dell, man. And so what was the question again?
Oh shit.
No, it was how do we get a record deal? Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I know.
It's that birthday cake.
How did you get that record deal and make sure you kept your publishing at that young age? How did you guys know to do that?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I had to do all of this other stuff to say that like Dell was our affiliation with Dell and with Jinx was a big deal on how we ended up getting on because Dell is Ice Cube's cousin. And when Ice Cube got on, he put Dell on. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we were in a crew with Dell up here. Mm-hmm. So when Dell got put on, we had opportunities. Like he didn't really like put us on, like get us deals, but because we were his group, there were people asking about his group members, and he would like be like, here they are, and he would be like, y'all better have your music right when these people start asking. Right. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of us in Hieroglyphics back then too, but like we a lot of us didn't really go super hard doing the music, and some of us did. Right. And from that interest with Dell, that's how like Souls of Mischief and Casual got signed. Right. Because we had our demos together. They was looking for Dell's homies, and we rapped on this song on Dell's second album, one of the B-sides on the second album, first album, I mean. The song called Burnt. It was like Tajay, Casual, Opio, myself, and Dell. And the record company started bugging off that song. Okay. And that's how when we had our demos ready and the record company started liking our demos and stuff, it started creating a bidding war within the industry. Okay. Like a bunch of different labels was all trying to sign us, and it kept pushing the money up that they were offering. And the publishing thing was really pretty much like it was like a deal breaker. Like Jive was like, well, okay, we'll let y'all keep all of y'all publishing, which they never had done before and never have since. And all the other record companies was like, we can't match their offer. But by that time, it was a big ass offer. You know what I'm saying? It's like $250,000. You know what I'm saying? And back then, that's a huge deal.
For sure.
I mean, in 1992,
right, or
maybe even 91 when this was being negotiated. No, wait. Yeah, 91, 91, 92. This is all being negotiated. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we was imagine at that time. I'm a senior in high school.
Right.
And I'm like this close because none of us balling in high school at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still like selling weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like literally at school. You know, in high school. So we was just that close to having the deal. You know, we got the lawyers talking about it, and we coming to school playing the shit. And Dell's album comes out while we're in 12th grade. So like our faces is on the inside of it. So that shit was just like, so close. Bro. I remember that feeling, bro. It was trippy.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people looking at this right now. As far as that publishing shit, that's a big thing. Most right now ain't getting that kind of shit.
I mean, publishing checks, bro. first of all, I mean, shout out to our lawyer who helped us get that deal, and you know, Michael Ashburn, he negotiated that whole get down. But I mean, to this day, I get 4 publishing checks a month. All of us do, out the blue. You never know how much it is, but you're always happy when you get it. It's like Christmas. Like, hey, it's literally like, I wonder how much it's gonna be, because they don't tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it comes 4 times a year, and that's why when people say, you know, I'm here like, you know, over 20 years in the game for sure. Let's call it 30 actually.
Right.
Damn, that's crazy.
You just thought about it right now.
Yeah, my dude, that's crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell.
I mean, you started young though.
Yeah, so man, we was green as hell, man. Fresh out, we in high school when we got the deal. We learned the business on the fly. Right. It's that's like the spirit of our whole get down.
I don't know who you learned the business from though, but you learned it well though, because you did what you're supposed to do in the negotiation.
Yeah, we had some good people around in the very early parts of shit that kind of set a firm foundation for us not getting fucked in our business, you know, like, and we're really fortunate for that, because a lot of people don't. That's one thing we could say, like, record companies, they can do some fucked up shit, right? Even if, like, you know, but they didn't jerk us, like, they didn't get us in a bad deal. They did fucked up shit because they could with whatever situation, because they the bosses. Yeah, right. But we are fortunate that we didn't get screwed like that, and we always had our business together.
Yeah, because at the time, to where if you guys got your publishing, but you're working with them, you got the lightweight partners.
Man, that's kind of a stretch. I mean, you talking about when we first got our deals?
Mm-hmm. When you kept all your publishing. Right?
Well, when we kept all our publishing, the irony of it all is that, like, they really, and this is just my opinion, and I know some of the other fellas feel the same way, is that, like, they were after we signed to them, they were continuously hounding us about buying that publishing back, and they were even upping the price here and there, like, seriously trying to buy the publishing back. And when they realized that we really weren't gonna sell it, they were salty about it, and so it affected us, like, getting, like, placements and shit, because they get their money from the publishing they own and the artists where they place their music at. So the irony of it was, short term, it didn't help our relationship with the company. They really felt pissy about that. But in the long term, we own our publishing.
So that brings me to my next question.
What's happening?
What made y'all part ways? How'd y'all part ways? And how do you feel about parting ways? And how do you feel about that today? I know that was more than one question.
With the record company?
Yeah. Before y'all went independent. When y'all parted ways, how'd you feel about that? Why did you guys part ways?
Well, we parted ways with the record company, Job Records, because after 93 Till came out, it was a successful album for them, and we were happy to go in and do the next album and get the budget and do all of that and continue, you know, a career that just started. And they literally just, like, came at us like, man, we want y'all to be a pop group, and we want y'all to put it, like, be dancing in the video, like, with suits on and shit. Nah, dead ass. They were like, y'all gotta do some pop beat, hip hop, dancing, running man shit. And we were like, hell no. And they were like, but if you don't do it, then we gonna shelve you. That means, like, just, like, put your album up on the shelf, no promotion, make sure people forget about you type shit, kind of just ruin your career, kind of. And it was really, like, shocking to us, because we brand new in the business, and, you know, it was like, basically the honeymoon was over. Right. It went down. And they just was like, well, listen, we're turning into a pop label, and if you're not gonna be doing some street shit, and y'all ain't doing that kind of shit, for y'all gonna have to do some pop shit, or, like, we ain't gonna be fucking with y'all. And we were like, we're not gonna do any pop shit. And so we gave them an album, and they kind of tried to shelf us, but it still did well. And then they kind of held on to us and, like, kept us on the label for a while, and we were just kind of stuck. And then finally they let us out the contract. So the technical term is that we got dropped, but the fact of the matter is we wanted to get off, and they weren't letting us go because of the situation soured, because in the middle of our business arrangement, they turned into a pop label. And they kind of just threatened us, well, turn into a pop label, or we don't need you here, you know.
Well, like, on some political shit?
The business model changed, and you know, for a business, rightfully so, because they're going to make more money doing pop music. But at that point, you should just let us go. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they knew we wasn't gonna be a pop group. It's just kind of way to just, you know, kind of twist the knife because you can type shit. Because if to do some like what would be more honest business, they could have just been like, look, we're changing to a pop group. Right. We know y'all don't a pop label. We know y'all don't do that. What can we do here? Because we still owe them bread. We're an investment for them. You know, they still want to get their money back. So I think it's not really it's a sharky business. So it's not like I expect a record label to be all.
See, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like,
cool about it. I get it.
On a political agenda, behind the scenes type of situation, like, what do you think the real agenda was? Because at that time, when she was switching up and crossing over, like, what do you think like that was really about?
Well, that's that that secret meeting talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. The record company, the business had a shift in priority in a whole. You know what I'm saying? And that people talk about the secret meeting and all that, but it really just happened just like that. All of a sudden, companies started merging, new presidents here. Hella acts getting dropped that are of a certain nature. All record labels streamlining their shit to more like either pop or like super gangster shit, right? Or pop gangster shit. You know what I mean? And it literally just happened in a widespread basis. It came from the top down. People talk about the shit like it's a myth, but the shit happened. I was sitting right in the business office when they were like, well, so fellas, we're turning it into a pop label and we're getting rid of all, I was right there. I was like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid. So like, and it happened to people that I knew that were on other labels. Same shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely something that happened at the top of the music business that just kind of like economically and artistically restructured how business was going to be done. Right. You know.
But
real shit.
Doing the shit that you guys did versus walking in there and having a meeting and want you guys to change up your whole situation.
Right.
Like, what was that like? Cause we've been working so hard to do this.
I was like baffled, bro. Right. I was like befuddled by that shit. Right. I was in there like, man, we were looking around like I thought it was almost not serious at first. Like it was so overwhelming. I was like, are they fucking serious? Like it was crazy. Like and again, we were like, I want to say like 19 years old at this point, and had just barely been in the music industry and just dealing with all the success. We delivered the album to them, and they loved it, and it made them bread, and everything was good. And then we heard that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we were like blown, like it's like somebody take the rug from under you. It's like just kind of just take the wind out you for a second, you know, for real. I mean, and even after we ended up leaving that label, right? We had offers from other labels that were like, hey man, y'all can have a whole year. But you probably had a salty taste in your mouth already. We was like, nah, we good. Cause we was like really jaded by that shit. I was like, man, this is some fuck shit. I remember I was like, this is the first time I really, like in life as an adult, met some devils. You know what I'm saying? Some real deal, like damn, okay. They was like, yeah, I know what we said before, but not anymore. You know what I'm saying? So do this or else. You know what I'm saying? And it was like literally overnight. Motherfuckers talking to you one way, just talking to you like you a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? It was really a trip. It was a great learning experience. You know what I mean? It really was.
Yeah, if you look back at it, you learn some shit for sure.
But at the time, that shit was devastating. Right. Because the motherfucker at that point had been famous for like a year and a half. Right. And like, for a person like me, that was like, I'm like, I've been working on this shit since I was 8 years old. Like, we're remembering this day was finna pop one day. And then all of a sudden, that's how it stopped. Like, just on some real weird Twilight Zone devil shit. So, yeah, I was like, wow, this is crazy, you know.
So learning from that shit, which I know kept a sour taste in my mouth, I get it.
Yeah.
I know you guys started doing independent shit.
Yep.
How did that take place? And then as far as like getting acts and like moving forward and actually making like something successful, like how did that work?
Well, shit. After the whole label shit, we ended up all leaving the labels. Like Dell label did the same thing.
Everybody, with him. Right.
Yeah, exact same shit though. We on different labels, so you know it's like coordinated kind of. Just a shift in the business, really.
Well, that secret meeting with everybody.
That shit is real, bro. That shit is real deal. I'm not gonna say too much on camera because
it's all good.
I'm on that list. That don't play list. My name on that shit.
It's all good.
Like
literally, it's a Souls of Mischief. I think I'm not sure if it says Souls of Mischief, but it says Hieroglyphics and it says A+ on that shit. I seen it.
That's wild.
Or maybe some hater or some troll just put it on there. Nah, I'm saying.
I mean, you never know. You know what it is.
Yeah, but we decided we was just gonna try independent. It was really like, Domino, our manager, really put the effort together and everything, and got together the relationships and put together a situation where we can make the Hieroglyphics album that we ended up making and putting out on our independent label. And then that's when the whole second round of shit started popping.
And then got to start.
And also a big part of that was like we were real early on the internet.
Right.
We had this guy named Stinky who built his own hieroglyphic site. He was from Philadelphia, I believe. And Tajay met up with him through the internet in like '95, before it was in people's houses and stuff. It was like you could only if he Tajay was
at like businesses and
stuff. Well, Tajay was at a college. He was at Stanford, so he used the internet there.
Right.
And he somehow connected with Stinky, and that's how Stinky built the original hieroglyphic site, and that's how we were online selling shit in 1995 before people even had it in their house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we were really, really early in the internet game, and that's how it allowed us to keep our audience connected with us.
Right.
Because back then it wasn't no blogs or no Google or none of that shit. It was so with the Hiero site we were able to keep in touch with our fans. We'd have like chats, like little group chat shit, and our shit was popping, the Hiero hoopla.
Right.
And then when we put out the album, we were able to get it to them and get the distribution. That shit just popped. So we sold a lot of copies independently of all that Hiero shit.
Bro, I want to come back to that, but you mentioned the name. It's crazy because I heard this crazy story about Domino.
Oh, yeah. So, man, that's big bro.
I know. I heard it was a life-changing situation that happened with y'all, man.
Oh, yeah.
He doing okay still to this day, right?
Yeah. This is a long time ago.
Can you touch on that, or do you not feel like touching on that?
I mean, I could touch on it. It was what I could really say is that it was an incident where it was Souls of Mischief and Domino from Hieroglyphics, and I think Saphir was there from Hobo Junction. We were just out at a club, out in the parking lot, not too far from a club. We was in like some kind of bank parking lot, just chilling, sitting on cars and shit. Some people rolled up, started blasting and shit. They actually walked up on us, and like they walked directly up to what seemed like all of us, and they came directly up to Domino. I guess we all kind of scattered, and they came up to Domino and just tried to blow his head off, basically. They missed, but it was so close, and Domino had like powder burns on his face and shit. Wow. And it was super ill. And I don't really want to go into all the details of it, but Souls of Mischief made an album with Adrian, with this musical conductor genius dude named Adrian Young.
Seen him, dope dude.
Yo, he's absolutely
dope
ridiculous. Dude, man. He's like Cyborg with it. He's on some other shit.
Yeah.
But
he spoke very highly of you guys too.
Oh man, thank you, man. That's the brother, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story, man. Hooking up with him.
Right.
So I was gonna get to that. So we did a project with him, where he conducted all the music and did him and his people, his band, and his partners did all the music, and we made it a story. But the story is fictional, but it starts with that event.
Okay.
And then we build a story after it, and the whole album is a story album. So if anybody want to hear that, it's Souls of Mischief. There Is Only Now is the name of the album.
Yeah.
It has like Busta Rhymes on it, Snoop Dogg is on it, Scared from Living Legends. My man from the Delphonics is on it. It's a dope ass album. But I said that to say this, that first song on that album totally describes exactly what happened that night, but in song form.
Yeah, see what I heard the interview. It said that
I think it's called Time Stop.
Right, but y'all was
the song is called Time Stop.
What during the album you guys were thinking about make it to where if one of the members actually died, right, and then changed it.
Yeah, how did somebody said that?
No, brother, I'm doing my research a little bit.
You did your research, man. Yeah, so it really did. So it was gonna be like somebody died in the story, but then we actually had a conversation about it, and I remember I was firmly
speaking into the air.
I was on that side of the conversation. I put, that's on everything. Facts.
Right.
I was like, man, I don't even want to be on no like shit to where like we talking death up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like because the initial story is a story of survival anyway. Like Domino was within inches of his life, and then that same dude would start shooting at everybody else. I ran under a car and got into a car with these two chicks I didn't even know. And I saw Domino on the ground, and I thought he was dead, dude. I thought it was a wrap. It was a mad crazy situation. I mean, God willing, everybody was fine from the shit.
Right.
But that was some crazy shit. But to make that album, Adrian Young was like, look, man, think about something that's really emotional to y'all that we could start the story with, because he wanted the album to be a story, the Social Mischief album.
Right.
And so after we talked for like mad hours and sat around and just brainstormed, ultimately that came up, and then he was like, perfect, let's start with that. So the first song on that album, the first song on that album, and on the second verse at the very end, it becomes like starts to become fictional, and Tajay gets kidnapped and shit. So we changed the story.
Changed it up some.
And then the whole rest of the album is like, you know, a whole little story with some girls and rivalries and all kind of shit. But that incident is, the album is based off of that incident, and that song has more details than I could even really. Then it'll be interesting me saying it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, tell me this: how did that situation change y'all? Because I know some shit like that happened right in front of you, and one of the homies almost getting knocked down. Mm-hmm. I know y'all moved different after that.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that changed everybody in some way. For me personally, I mean, especially
you're not out here in hip hop beef or nothing like that, so it's obviously with just some like, yo.
Well, for me back then, the biggest thing was it didn't end right there, because it was always like a who was it for mad long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because dude was pulling on a mask when he rolled up, like. I mean, it was to the point to where we could kind of see it happening, but by the time it got to where it was like happening, it was so fast. You know what I'm saying? Well, I seen dude pull the mask up, and I was like, oh shit, that's how come I was able to go scoot off this way. Saphir was able to scoot off that way, and Domino was just sitting right there. He was just, by the time he pulled up to us, Domino was the closest one to whoever it was. So like for mad long, motherfuckers was like, I was always walking around like, I wonder who that was. I mean, fools was walking around like with their own things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you just now started getting visibly, when your anonymity is gone. You know, like now you popping, now you on TV. People see you on this and that, but you still out here in the town. But everybody seeing you now notice you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So. At that point, a lot of shit comes from angles. You don't really even know what it is. Is it just a hater? Is it some shit back in the day? Is it somebody beat up in the 4th grade? You know what I'm saying? Is it somebody who fucked their sister back in the day? I mean, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at that moment in time, you know, you got to remember, we're like 18, 19 years old. And people think you're rich because they seen you on Video Jukebox. You feel me?
It could have just been that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It could have been any of that shit. And
sure.
it could have had nothing to do with Domino, or that he was just there with somebody it had something to do with. It could have had something to do with Saphir. It could have had something to do with me. I mean, you know, at that point, I'm looking at everybody in the world like, who, you know, like, who is it? So that's how it affected me. But after a while, you know, the streets figure shit out, and you figure shit out. I mean, you can't just live like that anyway.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying?
Whatever's done in the dark gonna come to the light.
Yeah, definitely. And the lesson is, you know, be a little less leaking too. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna come back to that. Yo, Keep It Lit podcast. A+ Souls of Mischief. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Come on, man, pick up the damn phone. I know this motherfucker here, man. Pick up the damn phone, man.
You are not alone. If I don't answer, don't mean I'm not at home. Don't get me fucked up, I am not a drone. If they ignorant, forgive them, they just got it wrong. Black Adamant architect done caught a song. Brothers building business they can call their own. For me, it's mentally making my way home. Zero flux with a hater, say fuck you, con. This shit is all we know. In the party gone, see my tentacles. Occupants, optic illusion, occupying visuals. Analog damage, y'all. Also, I ain't digital. Mind crossing the line with mine, cause dying's critical. Finding hidden jewels in the soil, we mine minerals. Miracles lift you when you shine, at times critical. Predictable, miserable types I find pitiful. But I'm invisible, hey, I'm invisible. When the eyes of the flesh only see night, let your souls beam bright, seem like we the street lights. As the evening twilight fades away, I ease the pain for the price I paid today. Tomorrow I might change some things. Today I ain't games for play. Playing with me, I know you get it though. I'm invisible, I'm invisible.
Man, you know damn well this motherfucker there. Now I always pick up the phone when he call. I mean, he don't call that much, but man, pick this shit up.
Yeah. See you smiling with that invisible gun to my head. Ironic, we both living, still he the one that is dead. Cut you just to see your blood and be like, yep, it was red. Catch him lying and pretending as if nothing was said. You can't tell me when I'm gone, ride with my helmet on. I should be gone if I'm looking and I can't tell no more. Saw my inner star, needed no telescope. Scars from bitter wars, needed to let it go. Black Adam, that's my nigga though. I'm invisible, ayy, I'm invisible. Friends with the angels from the grave to the cradle. Find a game in the fable. Keep your space at the table, but stay invisible.
Yo, we back. Keep it lit podcast.
Yeah.
Back with A+, Souls of Mischief. So we was leaving off with we was talking about the haters and like how just some like shit like that happened out the blue.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. It could happen. It was like I know, you know.
But see, like
yeah, it could happen, man. It could happen for no reason. And the thing about it is, it happens all the time.
Right.
But you know, it gets kind of like, I guess it's out there more if it's like a celebrity or somebody that's known or somebody that you know, whatever.
Well, the thing is, like we losing a lot of legends, a lot of like new legends that are out there right now, to where we don't get to celebrate them until they gone because they get hit so quick.
Yeah, man.
You know, in a situation like that, I know that was a life-changing situation.
Oh, for real, man.
Oh,
like, you know, I really like, you know, thinking about it, I think that really like. That's the kind of thing that affects you for a lifetime. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't mean that you just hold on to it and you spooked about shit. I mean, it's a defining moment.
Right.
It's with you forever.
Right.
You know, it's not something that, just like anything else that's poignant in your life that happens, whether it's something happy or something horrible or whatever, that shit just sticks with you, and it's just a part of how you process things now.
Right.
That. Huh?
Just start moving with security after that?
I mean, it wasn't like we was leaking. We was deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was wild.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We wasn't for lack of people.
Right.
It was a gang of us. Somebody came doing what they wanted to do.
Right.
No amount of security or homies around stop that.
Well, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Praise the man that y'all all made it out of there, man.
Always, man. Since that day, man, and like as if I wasn't already thankful.
Right.
And I was like,
sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that shit, like, you know, I can only speak for myself, but I think it's safe to say that shit everybody was like, whoa, you know, just as any near-death experience. That's like kind of how I look at it. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's like a near-death experience for my homeboy Domino, and experienced by all of us who were there with him.
Right.
Especially his closest friends.
Right. You know, and he made it up out of that.
Yeah, everybody did. You know, God willing, you know, give thanks. For real. We're
gonna get off the negative.
Yeah.
Let's get on some positive real quick.
What's up to my big brother Domino? He got kids and shit.
Salute.
Family man.
So can you explain this Souls of Mischief and Hieroglyphics together? How did that come about?
Well, Hieroglyphics is just like the whole crew.
Of course, the umbrella.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, you guys were 4 deep at one time, right? And then it turned into.
Well, I mean, Souls of Mischief is how I say it all kind of just formed in its own ways and came together as Hieroglyphics at some point in time.
Right.
We all had our beginnings in different ways,
Right.
and our links to each other and how we all came together.
Right.
But back in the day, it was like I was rapping with Tajay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then me and Tajay was rapping with Dell.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then Casual was connected. He been rapping over here. Me and Tajay know Cash from our block because we live like a couple houses from each other.
Right.
And then he's rapping tough, and he get in the fold. He know Opio, so he bring Opio in. Tajay knows Festo, and Festo knows Tajay and Dell.
Okay.
And I actually meet him through Tajay's cousin, who I know. So and exactly, bro.
I feel you though.
That's how I
So
happened.
everybody,
and then,
everybody,
you know, I meet Pep Love over here, Pep and J Biz, and you know we meet Domino through Dante Ross. Me and Dell go out to meet him, and Dante's the dude who signed Dell. So it's a whole bunch of just shit that needed to happen.
Right.
You know, just to make it all happen. That's why we always feel like it's something special.
And this is when everybody jumped off the majors, right?
This is how we met before the majors.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like Hiero was the crew. We didn't even really think about putting out a Hiero record until after we left the majors.
Right.
But we were already together as Hieroglyphics. We
Okay.
just hadn't made no Hiero album. It
Okay.
was just like Hieroglyphics is all these crews. It's one of them Souls of Mischief,
Right.
Pep Love, Casual,
Okay.
Domino, and DJ Touré.
Okay. So I got a question.
And then the Hiero album came in 1998.
Who was the brother that was coming down the block with the Dalmatian that
That's
wanted to
Di-
battle? That's wild, bro.
That's Dell.
That's Dell.
That's Dell. Yeah.
he was ready, huh?
Yeah, he used to walk them Dalmatians. Tucson know what I'm talking about. Bro. This is not a fabrication.
Right.
Dell used to walk the neighbor dogs because it's just one of the things he did.
Right.
He had a job walking the neighbor's dogs,
Right.
and he come to my neighborhood, me and Tajay neighborhood, and you know we go over there too to his, but like just that day we him and Cash was gonna rap for him. You know what I'm saying? So he came with the Dalmatians. Tucson know what I'm talking about. He came, you know, that's real shit. Dell used to walk Dalmatians to get paid back in like I want to say this got to be like 9th grade or something. Yeah, this is when Queen Latifah was out.
Okay.
When Queen Latifah was like 9th grade with like Ladies First and shit, right? That's like 1989 or some shit like that. No, 88. Well, whenever
Ladies First probably around then.
Well, Dell had on like that kind of hat, the Queen Latifah hat. The crown hat.
Yeah.
So this is
the one she wore in we all in the same gang. That was a dope ass hat. Though.
It was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the era. That was the era, man. Right. And yeah, Tucson. I remember them dogs. Like that's crazy.
That's hella funny. I heard that story. Hey, so let's go here.
What's happening?
All right, COVID's over.
Yeah, man.
You got to throw an all-star team lineup for a concert. Who would you pick to be on the stage with you as far as different groups?
Man.
And I mean, like, you can make this a 2-day weekend. You can make this a 1 day. But like, all the groups that you want to see, like that you was influenced by, or that you influenced, or that you know what I mean, was your peers at the time.
How many?
You can as many as you want.
Man, just for me, period.
Right.
Man. I don't know, man.
We gotta get the paper out. Start writing down some shit.
Yeah,
I know it's a lot, right?
I mean, I like all kind of different crazy shit.
Right.
First, I would say Hieroglyphics.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta perform at that thing.
Okay.
How about?
You gonna throw some EDM in there too?
I was about to say Glitch Mob.
All right.
Glitch Mob gotta be there.
All right.
That's my favorite EDM group. I can't even call them that. I guess they are EDM group though. Right. I mean they are.
Right.
But yeah, that's my favorite group. Who else? Steel Pulse gotta come, just for some reggae.
Right.
I don't know. Snoop Dogg, gotta bring Snoop Dogg.
No Daylight?
Daylight.
No Jungle Brothers?
Jungle Brothers.
Far Sides?
Far Side. Alright, I see where you're going here. Alright.
Bro, I can see y'all with a
Four
super
Righteous
dope
Teachers
custom.
gotta come.
For sure.
You know, KRS gotta be there. Ice Cube.
For sure.
You know, Dog Pound.
Yeah.
Gotta bring Trey. There's more people, man.
Bro, there's so many more people.
Yeah, Go TA.
Okay.
Gotta bring Go TA.
I can see y'all coming out of this pandemic and doing something like an old school. Remember old school summer jam used to be 2 days?
Yep.
And it would be so many people you wouldn't even get to see everybody?
Yep.
I think that would be dope.
That would be dope.
I think that would be dope.
Hiero's like that, but just one day.
Right.
Hiero day.
See, I'll be having like 30, 40 bands, right?
Yep. Hiero After Dark though. That was about to come.
Right.
We did 1 year and then COVID prevented the second year.
Shit.
But we do that in Frisco. And it's a nighttime.
It's, September 3rd?
We did it I think June 1st or something like that.
I know y'all said y'all was doing it 9/3.
That's 9/3 is the official Hiero day,
Right.
but it doesn't always land on Labor Day. And
Okay.
we throw the party on Labor Day. So the official day is September 3rd.
Yeah.
And every now and then it actually lands on September 3rd.
Y'all doing
The first
something?
one did for sure.
Y'all doing something this year?
Yep.
We need to end on that.
Yeah, but it's the kind of thing to where everybody watching the situation,
Yeah.
seeing the regulation of it all, and
Right.
and seeing what what the counties and states and all the COVID shit got to say. What Hiero's planning is if this is gonna happen. So
Right. Shit, man. I look
something
forward to
big,
that.
something big, something big.
I look forward to that. I know you don't want to put too many details out there.
Yeah, man.
But I look
to be honest with you, I only know a handful of details myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's always a good thing. You don't know too
that's-
much, you
that's-
don't know too
that's
much.
Excellent.
When it happens, it happens. Yeah, no, that's what's up.
These days, you like surprises, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me be surprised by some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because if you just know everything, it's too much stress behind the scenes. And you got to try to make all this shit happen.
Or even knowing about it or having a hand in on it, it's a different way. It's a different side of things than just being able to just enjoy the whole shit. And that's not just with Hiero Day. That's just like in anything when anybody's doing a lot of taking a break from it and being able to enjoy it from the outside is like super dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't think. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been at a Hiero Day where I wasn't doing nothing but being at Hiero Day. So
Right.
that would be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
To go just hang the fuck out and
Fuck
relax.
Yeah, absolutely.
No mask, just kick
Yeah.
it. Right.
No more 40 person guest list shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just chill. You know what I mean?
Tell me this. One more quick question. I know we're gonna wrap up in a second, but traveling all around the world with all these big acts, what made y'all stay grounded? What made y'all keep the same, you know what I mean, the same vibe that y'all always had? Because motherfuckers get money, motherfuckers change.
Oh yeah,
motherfuckers get around certain rappers, motherfuckers start picking up their styles.
Man, that definitely happens and has happened, you know what I'm saying? But I can't really speak for anybody else.
Right.
Because that's a personal experience. But for me, like back in the day, like OG told me, it was probably my pops, I believe, was like, no, maybe it wasn't. But anyway, it's just two things I keep in my head. Like one, the shit could have never happened, so that should have keep you humble. And two, it could end tomorrow, that should have keep you humble and on the ground, man, and not float away from the shit. Being able to enjoy it continuously as a blessing, as opposed to like becoming some sort of entitlement or like defining character of your being. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing that I enjoy every day because it was my childhood fucking dream, and a motherfucker worked hard enough to make it happen. And it's peaceful. It doesn't hurt nobody. And shit, I'm like, man, I enjoy it every day. I just with all that, how could I not just be humble about the shit? Why it would make me feel a trip to even be on some like sense of entitlement about the shit. Right. That'll make my spirit kind of different. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't feel that. It wouldn't allow me to enjoy the shit. So this allows me to enjoy it, stay in the shit, and continue just doing what I do. You know what I mean?
So
yeah.
Dope ass acts that you guys are around, because you guys are a big act as well.
Right on.
For sure. Tell me one of the dopest tours y'all had. Just give me one of these instances that you're not gonna believe this shit.
The dopest tours I've had, it's a few of them, man. Tribe Called Quest.
For sure.
De La Soul tour. It was Soul's Mischief, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul. I mean, we opened, obviously. But that was like our first big tour. The first CaliCom tour was Souls of Mischief, Far Side, Planet Asia, Rasco. I think there was a bunch of people on that. I can't remember. I think Dell might have been on there. Maybe not. I can't remember. That shit was cracking. The first few times we went to Japan, that was
hey, how was that?
Oh man, it's ridiculous, man. It's another
and I was
world.
looking at something else too. It's like motherfuckers don't even know English, but they know all the words to your songs and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's whether it's Japan or like some European countries,
right?
Or wherever.
How does that feel? I know you like.
It's ridiculous,
right?
Man. It's like it's surreal. Like I say, man, just give thanks and be, you know, I enjoy the shit. I enjoy making music, and I enjoy like meeting people from all over, and you know, I'm thankful about what hip hop does for me. So, man, it's just, you know, that shit crazy, bro. Especially just being from Oakland, man. That shit crazy.
Wow, brother, you here now, and everything is dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all put a staple in this whole legend to everything. Y'all put a staple in this, man. Motherfuckers is still knocking y'all shit to this day. And I know you still got things going on. What you got going on behind the scenes and what you got coming forward. And
oh, man.
I know we talked about the Hiero Day coming, hopefully, but what else you got going on?
Hiero Day, that's coming. I'm pretty sure that's, you know, sometime soon. I'm still making music.
I was gonna say, I know you producing behind the scenes.
Yeah, I got some stuff coming. I got an album with Pep Love coming. Produced by King Ductor. It's called Ooga Booga. I got an album with Sunspot Jones. It's called Stony Hawk 2. That's coming out in a couple months. Podcast Agree to Disagree. That's coming. That's like I know I talked about
sure
it.
You invite me, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. You coming through.
You can zoom me in. It's good.
You know, and I got a couple private COVID businesses I started, man, that I just run. I learned how to do and stuff. You know, just COVID hustling, man.
Okay.
You know?
So if the people want to get in contact with you, how can they get in contact with you with your socials or your emails or whatever you want to drop?
Hiero A Plus at Hiero A Plus Hiero APLUS. That's on IG. That's on Twitter. A Plus on Facebook. Check out my Bandcamp. You know, I made 4 albums last year in COVID year with A Plus and the Architect. Check them out. It's Free Dope, Chamber Games, Black Switzerland, and Cold Country. All 4 of them, and you know, more to come.
Shit, man. I would love to thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Souls of Mischief, Hieroglyphics. This is A+. You're a legend. We really appreciate you being in the building, man. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for even coming by, man. Thank you so much. Yo, let's keep it a lit podcast.
Much love.
We'll see you guys next week.
Free dope.
Don't look at me like that, 'cause I know where you've been.
Yeah. Cheers to the crazy ones. You know the ones who call when you need something mainly done. The folks who never count you out when people say he done. Remove myself from the game so they can't play me none. Working on my daily sums. In the past tried to pay me crumbs. Now look at what A becomes. I cook in the blazing sun. I'm a hieroglyphics rider ninja. My adventures are the type to lift you, stretch your life, cryogenics. Don't even know my own strength, I'm testing my own limits. I like my distance from fuck shit, nigga, I don't get it. Don't ever need nothing they took and hold it on to. Mama should've told you, Papa needed to scold you. Younger whippersnappers call me old school, 'cause I hold jewels that's sold and never told, fool. I seen whole crews soft as tofu, making difference like hieroglyphics they not gon' do. I take the cheese, quesadillas, and the nachos too. Black apple.